Hello again and welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. Today we are going to check out the song Grown Up Paradise by Mili from the game Arknights, or celebrating the 5th anniversary of the game Arknights. That sounds like a good time to you, then you are in the right place. Now, I'm skipping my usual intro, and we're going to try a little bit of a new format. This is a request. It says the request was by Olive Would Do, and I'm not sure if that means Olive is the name or if it's Olive Would Do is like a full username. So whichever of those is the case, thank you very much for the request. I've been getting lots of requests for more Mili. I've been getting lots of requests for more Arknights. So wabam, here we go. So it's a 5th anniversary Arknights song by Mili. We've got a video for it. I'm excited to check this out. It looks like it was released in 2024. And there's a kind of a long note here, so I will read this. It says, the song represents Amiya, the main character of Arknights. The lyrics symbolize her character, who's once naive and thought that everything could be solved with more kindness. But the more the song goes, the more the lyrics show just how naive and childish that dream and ideal she used to think as the leader. So I won't read all of it because I don't want to spoil myself too much for the song. But I'm making an effort to ramble less before videos. Let's listen. I do hope my sound is working. Sound is working. Okay, I'll probably back this up. Really incredible. I'm a big sucker for solo piano work, okay? And so, this is not a solo piece, but a really, really nice introduction to the song. Very, not trepidatious, but very, gently easing us in to the song. And then, of course, we have this big swing and dynamic increase in volume. A sudden accelerando. I mean, not accelerando. Oh my gosh. I haven't been in an actual band or read concert music in a long time, as you might be able to tell. But, oh my gosh. The dynamics increase. What in the world? Okay, somebody tell me. I'm probably going to think of it before the end of the video, but increase in volume. I'm so spaced out. All right. Amazing. Amazing. I have to tell you, I'm in a little bit of a, I got a video testimonial from a client of mine for my day job. I do financial stuff. And I am a little choked up because it was so sweet and so thoughtful and so kind of them to record this. It's a couple that I've worked with. And just so awesome. So, forgive me if I'm a little bit scattered. All right. Let's back up. It is really cool to get to see the face for Mili as well, by the way. So we're establishing what the kind of, melody is here. Really, really delicate voice. I mean, I've said this in the previous Mili reactions, but just incredible. Also, you saw me about to laugh there. I was like, is that a Hideo Kojima? It looks just like him for a second. I guess he's on guitar. That's so funny. But yeah, so I do very much get the sense of what the song is about, and thank you very much for the write up from Olive. But you know, that's a whole thing. That's a whole attitude. Now, the Arknights world, of course, you've got all this crazy stuff going on. It's very dystopian, like any good gotcha game is, and it's easy to sort of see where an attitude like this one would be. You're trapped in the world of adults. A lot of people are kind of in that mindset where you'll hear this from adults, right? Like high school is the best years of your life and stuff like that. Like when you're a kid is the best time of your life, and I don't think that at all. I think that as you enter into the world of adults, not that it's a separate place, but as you interface with that, integrate with that, develop your own unique skill set and attitude and value that you're going to bring to your fellow human beings, I think that is very empowering. And to take on the responsibility to be excellent at something is very empowering. And, that can be all kinds of things. Not everybody needs to climb a corporate ladder. I certainly don't want to do that, right? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm my own business. But, whether that's motherhood, right? I mean, I have people that I've worked with that have 6, 7, 8 kids. And, that's an incredible thing. That's an amazing thing to do. And that's every bit as much a job and a commitment and a skill as anything else, being a manufacturer of car parts. It's if anything, it's more valuable to be like a stay-at-home mom. But so regardless of what it is, to find that path in life and to commit yourself to becoming the best, becoming better every day at something like that, it's very empowering. And the Arknights world is not an accurate reflection of the real world by any means. Okay, let's listen. Incredible music. I don't have a favorite teddy bear.
Back when this smile was enough to make us friends. Do you recall? We couldn't wait to become adults. We dreamed, we grew, and now we are stuck in a grown-up paradise.
And I'm sorry to pause. I know it's a very dramatic moment. I actually have chills in my arms right now. But I love the dichotomy. I mean, it seems like every Mili song is about very sharp contrast between different things, and the lyrics always lend themselves that way. And so you've got a grown-up's hellish paradise, right? Well, paradise is a good thing. So which one is it? Is it hell or is it Eden? And it's, well, that's a huge conversation. Let's not talk about Gnosticism on this video. But it's just the way it's sung, the way the line is delivered. It's got that childlike innocence entering into that adult world. And, it's very powerful, very, very powerful. The, wistful longing for the days when a smile was more than enough. The simple times when, so easy to become friends and just say sorry and everything's okay and all that. I get that. But there's also that sort of like, Oedipus thing going on where it's like, well, you can't have that forever. Like, if everyone exists in a childlike state, like there is no society, there is no, I mean, we can all sit around in our playpens with toys, but somebody has to, take more responsibility than that. Otherwise, like, everything crumbles, right? The production, distribution of food, the raising of animals, the maintenance of, all kinds of stuff, infrastructure, those kind of things. Like, it requires a little bit more than a super, super simplistic thing. And, maybe the song isn't saying that, oh, we should all be that way. But, a personal, I get and I feel the personal despair of the song, which is that, life used to be so much more simple. Everyone feels this. And, certainly I felt this. My biggest concern used to be, getting back home from school to play Star Fox 64. I used to play that game every single day, all the way through. It was the first thing I did. I got home, have a snack, play Star Fox to the credits. Or, watching Dragon Ball Z or, whatever, right? I don't have that as my biggest concern anymore. And it's okay. Life is really good. I wake up, I have a good day. I wake up, I have a good day. That's how life is. And I hope that your life can be that way too. All right. Really well directed. This is, I don't want to forget to say this. Okay, so back up to here. This line, of course, very powerful, very big crescendo. Crescendo is the word I was looking for before. Accelerando. Listen to me. It's another big crescendo moment, and you have this, does our hope have to be sown upon somebody's sorrow? And my answer to this question is no. Right? Like in real life, the answer is no. You don't have to make other people miserable in order to succeed and be happy. And, the simple example would be, if you make something yourself, right? I don't care what it is, a friendship bracelet, it doesn't matter. It could be a carved statue of an owl from a tree stump. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you make something, right? You trade that with another person. If you barter it, you trade for something that you value. You give away something that you value less. You receive something that you value more. And so does the other person. They trade you something that they value less and receive something that they value more. If it's barter, it's easy to see. If it's money, it's one extra step, but it's the same exact thing. Yes, $100, I'll give you this item. And they're happy to pay the $100 because they want that more than they want the $100. And you're happy to do it because you want the $100 more than you want to keep the thing, right? And so trade, free trade, I'm not talking about government, I'm not talking about taxes, I'm not talking about any of that. Free trade is mutually beneficial by definition. If you would not freely agree to it, it's not free trade. If you introduce lots of barriers and extra things like taxes and stuff like that, it's a little bit more abstracted from the simple, truth, which is that both parties are benefiting from that. And so, you'll often see a lot of talk out there about that kind of thing. And, oh, we're miserable because other people succeed and things like that. And it's just not the case. It's just not the case. So I always have to take the opportunity to talk about these things when I can. All right. Let's listen to this again. It's very, very cool. I really like this song.
Truth is, I know, as long as we live, our ideas die river scarlet, firing shots in the name of justice, declaring love we can only reminisce as cruelty becomes heroic. I'm on your arc, and serve me my sinking ship. Where's our tomorrow? Where does our future go? Does our heart be strong? Our voice believes
I like how the song ends. I really like that kind of sudden end to the song in this case, because it's an open question, right? The song has questions in it. Does our hope have to be, sown upon someone's sorrow? I'm missing up the line here, but, does it? Is there a path forward that doesn't involve all this bloodshed and that kind of thing? And, we talked about the word justice a little bit in this song. Well, what is just war? When does cruelty become heroic? Those sorts of questions. Those are very, very powerful questions. They're very deep questions. And, the answer in my mind has to be that cruelty is not heroic, right? A just war is a defensive war. It's to say, we're trying to be left alone. Please leave us alone. That leaves a clear aggressor. If someone is trying to enforce this idea that you can't be left alone, right? Being left alone is the most peaceful thing you could possibly do by definition, right? And so if you're coming into a peaceful household or a peaceful community and you're enforcing things these people do not want to participate in, that's not peaceful activity. And that is, it's just to repel the aggressor. That doesn't mean, you campaign into their capital city and take out their leadership and burn their cities to the ground in retaliation. Revenge is not necessarily just. Especially going way far beyond what the original act of aggression is, right? If I call you some kind of terrible name, if I say terrible things about you, that doesn't give you permission to kill everyone I've ever known, right? That's not exactly equal. And so revenge is just generally a losing game. But defending yourself, defending your family and friends from a direct attack, of course, that's as just as it gets. Big conversation. Talk about that all day. But what an amazing song, right? It's supposed to be a song reaction. I'm not supposed to just talk about this stuff. So incredible. Really, really cool to get to see Mili singing. I guess Mili is just the one person then? It's not the band? Or I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I think someone has already explained this to me and I'm just spacing out. But really, really, really good song. I did some songs a long time ago now, last year, early last year, that were like anime themes, I want to say, or I want to say it was like an anime theme, but it was done in a studio. It was just the vocalist singing and like a piano accompaniment, and really cool. I forget what that series was called, but this is that same kind of thing. You know, it's a small, more intimate setting. Really, really nice. And so let me read the rest of the notes that I didn't want to read earlier. It says, through the lyrics and the music instruments, she shows how she keeps moving forward, holding on to the remaining fragments of her old idealism. FYI, Amiya is considered the leader of Rhodes Island, the game's protagonist faction, and a pharmacist company. That's why, as leader, she tried her best to give solutions with the least bloodshed possible. And I do play Arknights. I'm not much, but I do have it on my phone. So, like, I am familiar with some of this. I know the character. Cassie Way as Mili vocalist. Okay, so she's just the vocalist. It's not just her. Does a really good job capturing the childish dream that Ami had held on to. But the way she sings at the angsty part of the song, that's why the title called Grown Up Paradise. Make sure to pay attention to the lyrics progression. Sorry for my poor English. It's okay. And I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. I got hopefully enough time to do one or two more of these to get back on track. And thank you all so much for being here. If you have a request, please load me up with lots of requests. Use the form in the description box below. If you want to support the channel, I do have membership available on Buy Me a Coffee for as little as $1 a month. You can also just make a one-off donation if you want to do that. But I'm going to work on knocking out all these backlogged donation requests that I have and staying on top of those going forward. If you'd like to see what songs are coming up next, I already have planned out all the way to the 5th of August. And you can see the spreadsheet and get all the live updates on that if you are a member of the channel, again, for $1. So please like and share and subscribe and all those things, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.